Hello, YouTube. This will be the example guide, example game for the Storm Spirit guide. This was like a 10 or 11k average pub. I don't know, somewhere between that I played on the Europe server. I'm the Storm Spirit in this game. I had a really nice game. I can't cover every single like game type or match or whatever. This is just a game I played recently that I did pretty well in. I laned the Timber Saw. I'll try to mention anything I can note of value. And I'm just gonna, it's just me going over my general decisions when it comes to items, moving around the map. Unfortunately, when I stream, I have to block the mini-map, so it's not like I can just rip games from stream either, but this is one of my most recently played that I had a pretty good game in. So, doing the standard starting items, we're just waiting around for a hook. I placed my ward down. In some matchups against melee heroes, you might not want a ward because they aggro the creeps really far back, but really doesn't matter too much. This is going to help get a hook, and on that side it looks like. Blocking the wave is normal. Try not to lose too much HP in rune fights. If you go to a rune fight, it can ruin your lane, even if you get a kill sometimes. Just keep that in mind. And again, the goal right now for me is just to get to my bottle. I don't care really. I would love to deny creeps if I can, but I'm going to prioritize getting every possible creep, even if I have to use mana for it. And if I don't have to use mana for it, even better. But generally, people I play against will try to at least threaten to deny the creeps and walk away to force out my remnants, because they should be forcing me to use mana to get creeps. Because, again, I'm just trying to get to bottle. Right-clicking them for free whenever I can is always nice. I even missed that there. Sometimes, like, I haven't played too much Storm in the past, like, month or so. It's my all-time most favorite hero. This used to do 140 level 1 or something ridiculous. They nerfed it to 120 a year or two ago, and now 100 now because of the remnant moves. And sometimes I'm just not used to the remnant only hitting for 100, so I'm still like getting used to that, I guess. So that creep you saw before, the melee one, I got from just auto attacking because it's not like he's ever going to deny it. And then I got to secure the range with the remnant, but yeah. Just trying to get to bottle. I'm putting as much damage as I can on him. And here's another example where, like, if I already had bottle, maybe I would just try to get experience range for this creep and just try to deny all these or pressure him. But the #1 goal right now is to get to bottle. So even if I could get 1 or 2 denies and pressure him, and it would be better than this one creep, I think that just getting to my bottle by 2 minutes and securing it is the most important thing. Later on in the lane, I might try to just, like, especially when he's tanking them like that, just literally dump remnants on him and get him really low. Because then he'll be too low to lane. Yeah, just some normal gameplay. Denied. So, he's letting me get to my bottle pretty much for free. Look how much mana I have left still, which is great. Here, I'm gonna, even if I don't get the deny, it's the same thing. I want him to make him use his Q. To secure the CS for his bottle. If he's not going to, I'll try to deny it. But while he's doing that, I'm just going to dump as much damage as I can as possible, like there. You know, I got the damage and the deny. It's really bad for him. Really good for me. Same thing here. Over trying to deny, I go for the creep too and, you know, force the Q out of him, but just getting a lot of damage on him whenever he wants to go for creeps. Oh yeah, I used my Fairy Fire by accident there, I remember that. Just got my bottle on the way, pretty much right on time. If I got it any later, I might not have gotten a single water rune. I'm going to prioritize denying these creeps and doing damage to him as well, because I know he can't steal this top water rune. And there's no rush. You know, I got a few extra denies, I got a Q on him, that's great. Now that I have bottle, I'm going to go into the stick in this lane, like I mentioned in the item guide. I usually get this after treads, unless it's really good in the lane. I think I go stick and then bottle. I might go back for null talisman. I don't remember exactly. Either way, it's probably not going to make a big difference. But now that I've gotten my bottle, there's no like big item or anything that'll change the outcome of my lane. Like, gold is great. I want to focus on getting to level 6 first. So that's a combination of not letting him deny the creeps and me getting denies. So it's not like you should switch your focus to only denying. but you should put a bigger focus on bullying him out of the lane if possible, or bullying him off of the creep wave so that you can secure more denies, and not only using spells to last hit. So, for example, I want to use my Q more for damaging him or for threatening denies than to secure my own farm from here on out, if that makes sense. So these creeps are low. I'm going to try and shoot a Q at him. Maybe he'll miss one of them. I would like to zone him off this creep as well. So I'm not just like... If I can get CS and, you know, hit him at the same time, that's great. But I want to hit him with my spells more than the creeps. Like, I'm not going to Q these creeps, for example. I really want to save my mana for only Qing him. I missed him there. The Remnant intention wasn't to secure the CS. It was to hit him, but I missed. Sometimes you miss. Already, this lane is going pretty well for me, I feel like. I have a few more CS. I have infinity more denies because he has 0 and I have 4. So I should get 6 first, almost no matter what. And that always feels good. I definitely, in hindsight, think I shouldn't have got boots. I should have gone for Null Talisman. But that's okay. Got boots and wand coming. And you just see, like, the focus here isn't even denying the creeps as much necessarily, because he can Q for them. But just getting him so low that he can't lane anymore. Even if he just heals up a little bit with the water rune or buys a salve, if any of my supports came to this lane right now and took a rune from him, his game is ruined. So, like, that's kind of the focus, especially against melee heroes on Storm. Even here, like, that water rune's not going to heal him enough. He's just going to get bullied off the wave some more. In a perfect world, I would never Q the wave anymore and just hold it on my hill too, but yeah. Hold on, I'm getting Steam messaged. Anyways, I'll respond to that later. I'll get too sidetracked. Throwing some more damage on him, threatening to deny the creeps. Here as well, at 5 minutes, because I didn't send a clarity to myself, it's a little awkward. I didn't get a bottle fill either. I tend to try to go back to base now or like after that wave. He's just very low. Because the catapult wave, even though it is important to defend your tower from it or whatever, or to pressure with it if you can, if both creep waves meet in the middle and the catapult is still alive, it'll take this Timbersaw like 3 decades to kill the catapult. I have enough time to walk back to base, TP out, and the catapult will probably still be alive, even if he insta-kills all the creeps. So just keep in mind, that's like the best time to go back to base without having creeps thrown into your tower for you to lose XP. It's when catapults are on the field. And again, I think I probably could have went back to base earlier. It's okay that I didn't, just because the timber is so low and the support showed up.
Radiant structures are fortified.
But trying to fit in one going back to base is good, because you want to avoid situations where you're too low to fight for the rune. So, like, if I had full mana on HP right now because I went back to base, even if I was not even level 6 yet, he couldn't come to destroy, and I would just be able to steal it from him, for example. But yeah, just a little bit of stuff. So we got the rune, that is what it is. Some fast forwarding, more farm. And again, like I said in the guide portion, like getting stun isn't that big a deal until 8 sometimes. It's really not going to make that big of a difference. I don't think I got too much value out of it. I did get it for like our little pudge hook combo or like to secure the kills on him. I was already doing pretty well. I almost got a kill earlier in lane, but it might have just ended up being the same if I had 2 in Overload, or even a little bit better, just doing more damage to him. So going for a Witchblade, Orchid would be okay against Timber, against Tusk, but again, like, Witchblade is just such a nicer feeling item. Getting a regen rune in 8 minutes is crazy. This should be like, this is almost like GG, honestly. Everyone should die here. You can see, I'm not ulting very much, right? I'm not just spamming my ult everywhere. I will finish up this kill. I'm trying to only use Q, if I can. Unless I have to ult to chase or to close the gap. So it's a bit awkward there with the hooks and stuff. I'm just spamming my max remnant. It's gonna do the most damage. Dragging the wave away. Farm safer and get closer to the camps. I had to get the Ironwood tree this game. I got a little unlucky with the neutral items. I think I might have had a shovel available and I just didn't see it. I like picked it in the fight or something. I don't remember. Another free kill. And the game should be pretty easy from this point out, right?
Radiant's courier has been killed.
We didn't, like, super win off lane, right? Brew and Sven are both pretty farmed. Mid is a pretty big win. Our supports are also doing pretty well. Like, there's a huge mid diff this game. Timbersaw's 4k net worth, I'm 6k net worth. Some of it's from the regen rune, but he also lost the lane pretty hard. And then top lane, like, was going pretty okay and normal until I found out regen rune and killed the Visage, I think. I think Visage might have been struggling a little bit earlier. He's 1-5, but it doesn't feel like the net worth was that big of a gap. Like, 4k versus 5k. Seems like it's still okay. So Witchblade was really early this game, and yeah, just more free kills. I'm gonna go back a minute and explain a bit too. So normally at this point in the game, you want to be taking tower for your off lane. If you want to finish your Witchblade first before helping him secure the tower, that's fine. This is a rare game where off lane did so well because the supports are roaming and Brewmaster's just doing well against Sven in general. He didn't need my help to take the tower, so I can just keep farming. Don't get too greedy about that. The most important objective in the early game outside of like wisdom runes and power runes is the tier 1 in their safe lane. But yeah, just a little explanation there as why I'm not helping him. This game is just because he doesn't need it. He took it for free. And
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
the two plays I have available to me at this point are hunting the Sven with smokes or depressuring top and getting kills on the Visage, because in theory, Sven will be farming somewhere down here. So if I go on them top, Sven can't really connect very easily. Whereas if I go on Sven down here, maybe their whole team could TP. It's a little hard for Visage to TP, but with split up, we can definitely take a fight and defend our tower. But those are like decision-making points. And honestly, just going for any kills is good. Like, once my Witchblade is here, even if this fight wasn't starting, I would tell everyone to come top and kill the Visage or something. Just getting any kill is good. If you see free kills, you just go for them. More easy kills. They're still fighting top. I don't need to go. I see the Sven. And again, this is like the main thing I want to do is kill their carry if I can. So I see him go too far up on the ward. Even without the haste rune, okay? Even if I don't get a haste rune here, any rune, invis, illusion rune, whatever it is, if you see their carry farming this far up and you're strong, you should be going to zone him. Like, don't let him farm these creeps for free. This is way too far up. There's no tower for anyone to TP and help him. Even if he doesn't die, like, yeah, he has Salve, yeah, he has Mask of Madness. If I get him to like 25% HP, his game is really hard. It feels really bad for him. He's also not farming while I'm chasing him. And notice how I'm not committing my stun, right? Like I talked about in the guide. I want to get behind him, but just spamming Q on him, I can save the stun for when he's either low enough or when he's about to TP. Yeah, very, very easy kill. Obviously, the haste helps a little bit. I get another kill for free when they try to help him. Do end up dying here, but that's okay. And the other thing that happens here is their whole team TP'd. Now that whole top side of the map is free. We even got their top tower during that, I think, or maybe a little before. Even got mid tower, I think, with the Brewmaster. So there's just a lot of space. And their carry died. Same thing here. I think Visage is way too far up without a tower. I'm just going to go for a free kill. They're all split up right now after TPing bottom to help earlier. And yeah. Textbook Storm gameplay. Getting runes now. Always get the runes if you can. Especially when all tier 1s are dead. That means usually the runes are yours. Visage. He's not too far up this time, but they're really behind. And I see them top. They're all split up. You know, why not? I can always get out if it looks bad too. Progressing the game, we can either try to Roche on Dire if we feel like we want to, or go for tier 2s like this and just slowly pressure them. If they pop Glyph, I'll back up and kill it later, or just poke and make people TP and defend it. I'm not necessarily trying to kill this tower, but if I'm not going to kill them top, because I have no mana, even if I had TP available, I should at least poke bottom to try and make them show up. I want to put as much pressure on the map as possible. I don't want to just be hitting neutrals. Either pushing waves and grouping up to get more kills, or poking the towers. Brewmaster's poking the tower, didn't really need me. Tower's almost dead. I think we're going to smoke here? I don't remember. It's a few days ago. Yep, smoked. Just going for another kill. And you can see, after the early game, I killed some neutrals when I could, but I'm trying to limit as much neutraling as possible because kills give more gold, and I'm top net worth and the strongest hero on the map. So if there's kills, I will always prioritize those over neutrals. Even if I wasn't strongest, if I saw free kills, I probably want to go for them too. But you want to, if you're very, very strong, you have your power spikes, avoid neutral camping. Try to push waves. Like when you're in the driver's seat in the game, you want to prioritize lane creeps and kills. Those are two things that help progress the game. Objectives help too, like you can maybe go for towers, but that's not necessarily your job as Storm. It's more Mirana and Brewmaster's job to some extent. Calling for Roche, same thing. Like you can call for it if your team's not doing it, but I'm neutraling to while I regen, just while I'm low. There I did the thing where I dropped the Witchblade to use the whatever it's called, the Specialist Array, so it wasn't bugged. Showing up to this a bit late. I think farming the extra neutral camp was actually a bit of a mistake here. I think I could have showed up to this fight earlier. I think that this was a mistake. I should have been trying to prioritize being closer to mid there. But just another example of like when you're really strong, if you're gonna farm neutrals as well, you should do it on like their side if you can, on wards, ideally. But I farmed 2 neutral camps on the way to mid instead of just going to mid. And a team fight happened too far away for me to help instantly. I think game is still like completely like good, and I'm just gonna carry this anyway. But it could make a difference in like if the game was more even, right? Or if we were losing. So just keep that in mind. Try to be like closer to your team when you're strong, especially when you're like in the killing phase of the game. Another free kill. So at least these neutral camps are on their side. I would still prefer it. I think I want to hang around mid just so I can get more kills and go for the runes. I think, like, in hindsight, right, you can always do better in games. This tower's really low. I probably should just walk bottom and kill it. But I think in these type of games, when you're snowballing in Dota, outside of doing stuff that gets you killed, there's very few things you could do wrong, as long as you're doing something. So yeah, like I definitely could have just killed tier 2 bottom and then TP'd to this fight, right? Always worth like knowing when you make mistakes. Yeah, this game is nice. They do have a lot of stuns, by the way, like Visage Birds. I think he bought an Atos or someone else did. Ogre Stun, Snowball, Sven Bolt, whatever it's called, Tusk Punch. But they're all very slow windups. It's not like Hex or like a Dragonite stun or something like that, right? So it's actually very hard for them to chain stun me. And I can get out of the way of a lot of stuns, which is what you're seeing. So this game I went for Kaya Sanj. Just being able to stay on the map longer. It's basically like a Giga mana regen item, right? If you notice, I've gone to base very little. I'm getting a lot of runes. I'm farming a lot of camps. But in between kills, I need to spend a little bit of time regenning. And it helps not going back to base, just having like 30 mana regen and just slowly killing neutral camps to regen or something. I think BKB is better this game than Eternal Shroud. I also went Pharasma first this game just because I'm so far ahead. Normally I'd get the BKB first. Or even just a Shiva's. I think because I'm like literally 20-0 this game with an Aegis, I end up skipping the BKB a little longer. But in a different game, or more even game, I would almost assuredly buy a BKB before finishing Pharasma or another item. I think I went for Shiva's this game. I don't remember. Shiva's looks really nice this game though, even if I didn't go for it. So again, lane farm or kills. I push the lane mid and then we smoke. Everywhere I go, bodies are hitting the floor. And then 36 mana regens, nice. Going for towers, going for runes. Saw Sven trying to leave the base, going for a kill. And then I go for the lane creeps here, cutting this wave. So you don't have to go back on the map in Dota. As long as there's camps nearby, there's stuff to do. Just cut the wave and the wave will come to you eventually. And yeah, they're just going to clean this game up, I think. It's a huge lead. Very, very easy. Yeah, I do go for the Shivas. I mean, mostly it's for the Aegis and stuff, and just, I don't feel like I can die. Like, look how easy the game is, right? But, like I said, Storm is nice, because he has so many different item paths you can go. For the most part, it's always Witchblade, plus, like, some defensive item, like BKB or Eternal Shroud, and maybe, like, a Kaya item. And then, like, you can go Shivas, you can go Ags, Hex, even a Bloodthorn. There's so many item paths you can go. Yeah, hopefully this, like, insight into my decision process on my favorite hero was interesting to you guys. If you guys like more of this content, let me know in the comments. I think the plan was to upload this example game separate from the guide. Let me know if you want these example games separate from the guides or in the guides themselves as well. I'm not sure about that. But yeah, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more content. Bye-bye.